There is something about a lion that is easy to misunderstand. People see the mane, the teeth, the roar, the power, and they think the lion's greatest strength is its ability to dominate. But that is not what makes the lion remarkable. The real lesson is quieter. A lion does not spend its life trying to convince the forest that it is a lion. It simply lives like one. And maybe that is where many of us went wrong. We spend too much of our lives announcing what we are going to become, explaining what we deserve, proving that we are capable, while the lion is already moving. No press conference, no announcement, no motivational quote, just movement. The lion understands something the human ego often forgets. Power that constantly asks to be noticed is usually still looking for permission. Look at a lion resting beneath a tree. To the untrained eye, nothing is happening, but don't confuse stillness with weakness. The lion is not wasting energy because the lion knows something about survival. You don't have to fight every battle simply because you are capable of fighting it. That is a lesson worth carrying into your life. Not every insult deserves your response. Not every competitor deserves your attention. Not every door that closes deserves to be kicked open. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is sit still, watch and wait, because patience is not the absence of power. Sometimes patience is power under control. And then there is the hunt. A lion does not chase everything that moves. Imagine that. The king of the jungle does not spend the entire day running after every opportunity that passes in front of it. It observes, it chooses, it calculates, and when the moment comes, it commits. There is something painfully human about this. Because many people are exhausted, not because they are doing too much, but because they are chasing too many things, too many dreams, too many opinions, too many people, too many opportunities that were never meant for them. They are running everywhere and arriving nowhere. The lion teaches a different philosophy. Choose your target carefully. Then stop negotiating with your fear. Because once the lion decides to move, hesitation becomes expensive. And here's something even more interesting. A lion does not hunt because it hates its prey. It hunts because it has to live. There is no unnecessary hatred in the act. No personal argument, no revenge, just nature doing what nature requires. And perhaps we should learn from that too. Stop making every obstacle personal. Sometimes the thing standing in your way isn't against you. It's simply standing there. Climb it. Go around it. Push through it. Learn from it. But don't waste your life hating it. Because hatred is an expensive emotion, and most obstacles aren't worth the price. Now look at the pride. The lion is powerful alone, but it does not confuse independence with isolation. That distinction matters. A lion knows when to stand alone. And it knows when the pride matters more than the individual. That is wisdom, because there are seasons in life when you have to walk alone, not because you are better than everyone, but because some roads cannot be walked by committee. Your family may not understand. Your friends may not see it. People may laugh at the beginning, because beginnings rarely look impressive. Walk anyway. But when you find people who genuinely belong in your journey, Do not become so obsessed with independence that you refuse to need anyone. Even a lion understands the value of the pride. There are battles that one lion can survive, but a pride can win. And that brings us to one of the greatest lessons of all. The lion does not need to be the strongest animal in every category. There are animals that can outrun it, animals that can outswim it, animals that are larger, animals with thicker hides.
Yet the lion survives.
Why? Because survival is not a competition to become the best at everything. It is the discipline of becoming dangerous at what matters. You don't need to be good at everything. You need to become exceptionally good at the things your purpose demands. Maybe you're not the fastest. Good. Maybe you're not the smartest person in the room. Fine. Maybe somebody else has more money, more connections, more followers, more opportunities. So what? Your job is not to become them. Your job is to become formidable as yourself. And then there is the roar. People love the roar. It's dramatic. It's powerful. It sounds like a declaration to the entire wilderness. I'm here. But notice something. The lion does not roar every second. If it did, the roar would mean nothing. That's another lesson. If you talk constantly about your plans, your greatness, your future, your potential, eventually your words become background noise. Let your life do some of the talking. Let the result arrive before the announcement. Let people discover what you have built instead of listening to you. Describe what you intend to build. You don't have to tell everyone you're coming. Arrive. And let the silence after your arrival explain everything. But perhaps the deepest lesson is this. The lion knows that life is not always about winning. Sometimes the lion gets wounded. Sometimes the hunt fails. Sometimes the pride is threatened. Sometimes the lion has to retreat. And retreat does not make the lion a coward. It makes the lion alive. Human beings have been taught a strange definition of strength. We think strong people never bend, never cry, never fail, never retreat, never admit they're tired. But look at nature. The strongest creatures understand limits. Strength is not pretending you cannot be broken. Strength is knowing what to do when you are broken. A wounded lion does not sit in the middle of the wilderness screaming, "I refuse to be wounded." It heals. It becomes still. It recovers. And when it is ready, it rises. So if life has knocked you down, don't confuse the ground with your final destination. You may be down, but you are not finished. Rest if you must. Heal if you must. Disappear for a while if you must. Just don't build a permanent home in a temporary defeat, because the forest does not care about your excuses, and neither does tomorrow. The lion gets up, and so should you, not because you are fearless, but because courage was never the absence of fear. Courage is moving while fear is still talking. So walk, build, learn, lose, recover, try again. And when the world tells you to become smaller, because your ambition makes people uncomfortable, remember the lion. The lion does not reduce its size to make the antelope feel confident. It does not apologize for its nature. It does not spend the morning wondering whether the forest approves of its existence. It simply understands what it is and behaves accordingly. You don't need everybody to understand you. You need to understand yourself. You don't need everybody to believe in your future. You need enough belief to take the next step. And you don't need to roar every time you enter the room. Sometimes, walk in quietly. Do the work. Become undeniable. Because the most frightening thing about a lion isn't the roar. It's the fact that before the roar, there was silence. And somewhere inside that silence, the lion had already decided to move.